What's up, Capricorn? This is your monthly horoscope for the month of April 2016. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. First off, I just wanted to mention very quickly that yes, I do offer readings. I offer live readings. Click the link below for livevisions.com where you can schedule one of those with me. Or I also still record readings, offer recorded readings, and if you would like one, you can also find those on Live Visions, or you can also email me directly, and my email address is also below. So I would love to do a reading for you about career, about relationships, about a general personality reading, anything you would like. I would love to help you. So go ahead and hit me up if you would like that. So on livevisions.com, actually for the month of April, we're offering a special to where if you are a first-time caller for a live reading, the first 10 minutes of your reading are free, all right? So that means if you order a 15-minute reading, you actually get 25 minutes for the price of 15. So that's pretty awesome. So don't forget to hit me up if you would like a live reading. All right, so now onto your horoscope. There's so much to cover this month, Capricorn. A lot going on that you need to know about. First of all, we'll start out with where the sun is at. The sun continues to be in the sign of Aries, which is your fourth house of home and family. So there is a big emphasis on home and family. Actually, Capricorns, you guys are usually very business-minded, business-driven people, driven towards success and worldly success and having a very high status, okay? And when the sun or any planets are transiting your fourth house, it brings your focus back down from focusing on career and your status to your family. You need to maintain that balance, and that's what planets in the fourth house this month are going to be asking you to do. So focus on home and family. You may be moving. Some Capricorns may be selling their home, buying a new home, looking for a new place to live, fixing up a home, you know, just a lot of focus on home, or maybe spending more time with family. Feeling like being a little more of a reclusive homebody is definitely possible. Taking some more time off of work, which I know you Capricorns, it's kind of hard for a lot of you to do, but you know, work hard, play hard, okay, and relax at home if this is the case. On the 9th of April, the sun comes in conjunction with the planet Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of surprises, the unexpected, the out of the ordinary, out of the box. So this can bring about something unexpected in regards to home and family. Now, I don't want you guys to panic and be like, oh my gosh, the world's going to blow up and my family's going to die. No. It can be suddenly you are called to move, or maybe suddenly you hear from family. Suddenly there is something that may need to be addressed or fixed around home and family. That doesn't always have to be a bad, scary thing. Although, you know, unexpected, you know, Capricorns, you guys like to live life on a slow and steady path. And when something throws you off of that path, it can completely like throw you off personally as a person. So, you know, if that happens, just try your best to relax, and remember, transits are only short periods of time. They can bring about things in your life, but you know, they don't always last forever, especially the sun. The sun is only going to be in your fourth house and around Uranus until about the 20th of the month, because then it moves into Taurus, which is your fifth house. The fifth house is the house of creativity, of your children. If you have your own business, it also rules that. It also rules casual romantic dating and just having childlike fun experiences. So, Capricorns, work hard, play hard, right? You guys work hard, you deserve to have some fun. Get out there and do just that. Whether it's with your children or with someone you're casually dating, or even just, you know, alone or with friends or whatever. I know Capricorns generally like to keep their circle small, but still enjoy some fun time of some sort with people that you care about while the sun is in your fifth house. Also, if you own your own business, this is a great opportunity to get some of your business ideas out there and shine them out into the world. Because remember, the sun is kind of like a spotlight, you know, so the spotlight's going to be on you and you're going to be reflecting that out there. The only thing I would say be aware of with the sun in the fifth house, any fifth house energy going on, is it's similar to the energy of Leo. And the negative side of Leo can be kind of pompous and, you know, like holier than thou. Not really holier than thou, but more like I am the king, I am the queen, and kind of demanding and commanding. And, you know, so try to avoid that type of attitude towards your loved ones. If you are in a position of authority, it actually may help you to take on a little bit more of a leadership attitude on a positive side. But just watch that ego, Capricorn. Venus continues to be in the sign of Pisces for the first 5 days of April, and this is your third house. Venus has been in your third house since the month of March. So the third house is your day-to-day travels, you know, going to the grocery store, going to the bank, running errands, going to the library. So with Venus there, I mean, if you're open to love, it's much of a possibility that you can meet someone within those day-to-day activity environments. Or if you are not open to love, then Venus in the third house is like skills that you learn, okay? So if you want to learn a new skill that's Venusian in some sort of way, like learn how to use your hands like for art or for makeup or anything like that, Venus in the third is a great time to utilize that energy in that way. The third house is also communication. So people may have noticed that, you know, Capricorn, you may not be as sarcastic and that you're communicating on a little bit more of a diplomatic and pleasing and Venusian level. But once we get to the 5th of the month, Venus moves into Aries, which is your 4th house. So Venus in the 4th, few things happen. On a mundane level, the 4th house is the house that's ruled by Cancer. So very Cancerian energy, and Venus rules the pleasures of the 5 senses, including food and things like that. So I'm going to warn you, Capricorns, if you're trying to watch your figure, Venus in the 4th is a time where you're going to be craving those really rich foods from your ethnicity or your country or your even, you know, your roots, your mom, your grandma, or any family members that cook certain recipes. You're going to be craving those a lot more. And a lot of times those are things that are not the best for you as far as diet is concerned. But if you are able to enjoy those things, and food will taste extra good when Venus is in the 4th, trust me, and you will be wanting to get your grub on all the time. But once again, watch your figure. Venus in the 4th is also a good energy, a beneficial energy if you are trying to move or find a home, because Venus likes things to go smoothly, likes things to be pleasant for you. So if it's in regards to home, you know, Venus can really help you out there with finding a nice home that really feels good to you and feels like home. It's also a great time to spend time with family, especially, you know, those family dinners, family get-togethers, enjoying some good food together, or just enjoying good times, enjoying each other's company. Venus will come in conjunction with Uranus on the 23rd of April. And remember, Uranus is that all of a sudden, out of the blue, crazy, weird energy that can cause some unexpected things to happen. And with Venus there, just in general, Venus and Uranus together means you can suddenly find love in a place that you never would have expected, never would have thought. You could find love with somebody that you are like totally indifferent to, like they are totally different from you and outside of your normal sphere, you know, your normal comfort zone. So that's very much possible. As far as it being in the 4th house, it can mean, you know, something suddenly that is actually a good thing happens in regards to your home or family. Maybe suddenly you decide you want to build a family with someone, or suddenly you decide, I want a baby, because the 4th house rules babies, like loving babies. The 5th house is actually creating them. But the 4th is like, oh, babies, I want to hold one, and getting that baby fever, you know. So that may be something that you suddenly decide with Venus and Uranus in the 4th house. On the 30th of the month, Venus moves into Taurus, and this is your 5th house. So if you are thinking about starting a family, Venus in the 5th is a great time to try to do so. If you are doing something in regards to your own business, Venus in the 5th house is a beneficial energy to help bring more creativity, because the 5th house is a house of creativity, and doing a business that's close to your heart, you know, makes your heart just like jump with joy, like I'm really doing something that I enjoy and I'm making a living off of it. It's that type of energy. So Venus there can soften things up and maybe even bring some more money in that area as well. So Mars continues to be in the sign of Sagittarius, which is your 12th house. And Mars will go retrograde on the 17th of April in your 12th house. Now, Mars is normally a very active and driven energy, right? And so is Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is a fire sign. So when you get fire and activity and drive mixed with the deepest water house in the chart, which is the 12th house. The 12th house is like the ocean in the chart. And you're trying to run and do active things, but this ocean of water just keeps swallowing you up and sending you down under, like, ugh, there goes all my action and drive to do anything. So I know, Capricorns, I know it's been hard, you know, to get yourself motivated to do some active things and maybe work out and things like that. So that's why I'm saying with Venus in the 4th transit, watch your diet. But back to Mars in the 12th. Mars in the 12th going retrograde, it's bringing things back to you. So it can, on a negative side, bring conflict, which Mars is conflict, with like hidden enemies back to you. So it's a very karmic house, okay? So if you've like owed people money in the past or anything like that, I would say you may expect some phone calls like, hey, where's my money? Big Perm wants his money. Playing with his money is like playing with his emotions, Capricorn. You do not want to do that. So pay those people back if owed. Mars in the 12th can also bring, because the 12th house rules your dreams, the dreams that you dream about when you're asleep, subconsciously. So it can bring some kind of more aggressive dreams or dreams about things that are conflictual, you know, conflicts in your life. And with it going retrograde, it can kind of bring those things back to you. So that's just a fair warning, Capricorn. The retrograde is going on for a couple of months at least, you know, so just be aware of that energy. It is going to slow you down a little bit more. Don't let it completely stop you. Capricorns, you're very driven people. And I know Saturn, your ruling planet, is also retrograde in the 12th house in Sagittarius. So your ruling planet is retrograde and it's in the 12th house. It's like, oh, why can't I get anything done? Oh my gosh. You know, I know it can be tough, but you guys are persistent. You can work through it and get through these issues, especially karmic issues that may come back to you. Work through them, continue to work hard, and continue to be your steady, stable self. And you will still be able to accomplish great things in life. So Mercury continues to be in the sign of Aries, which is your 4th house of home and family. And around the 1st of the month, Mercury is going to be in a close conjunction with the planet Uranus. So here's more Uranus energy affecting your 4th house of home and family. Mercury is how you communicate, it's how you speak. So I would say be very careful not to just blow up and have any emotionally explosive moments in your home against your family, okay? I have already seen, because I am filming this when that conjunction is building, I've already seen this happen and experienced this myself. So Capricorns, try to keep it cool. Don't blow up emotionally, because the 4th house is a very emotional energy. Remember, like I said, it's like the energy of Cancer. Cancer is very emotional. With Mercury there, your mind and the way that you speak and think logically and rationally is being flooded with water and emotions. And Uranus is like, oh, I'm just gonna all of a sudden blow up on somebody. You know, when Mercury comes there, you just might say some out of this world like stuff, like all of a sudden, like, that's it, I'm out of here, I'm moving all of a sudden, you know, because it's the 4th house. People are gonna be like, what? Why, Capricorn? I don't understand. And then you might like later on be like, you know what, never mind, I changed my mind. So just be aware that that's the dark side of this energy. But on a positive note, Mercury and Uranus together is a creative genius energy, okay? So if you're trying to do anything around your home, like fix it up, change anything up, Mercury and Uranus can give you this all of a sudden flash of insight. It's like, you know what? I want to do this or that. And Uranus also rules like electronic devices and electricity. So, and Mercury is skills of the hands. So you may want to start fixing things around the house electrically, or hooking up some cool like new gadgets around your house that are kind of technological. So that's Mercury and Uranus, but that's only for the first 5 days of the month that energy is going on. Then Mercury moves into Taurus, and this is your 5th house. So your mind and your communication is going to be more focused on your children and creative projects and your own business. And also maybe chatting it up with people that you wouldn't mind dating on a casual level and having some good fun times with, because Mercury is also a busybody. He likes to stay busy, and wherever he is in a chart, he likes to stay busy doing those things. So doing 5th house things, doing fun things, doing creative things, yeah, you know, your mind might be on staying busy doing them. However, Mercury goes into its shadow period where it starts to slow down to prepare to turn retrograde on the 14th of April. And then on the 28th, he actually goes retrograde fully, okay? And this is in the sign of Taurus in your 5th house. So beginning anything new in regards to 5th house matters is not a good time. Very good time, you know, around the 14th on, okay? However, you can still move on with your life, Capricorn. Don't stop your life. You may have some technological issues, especially if you do something creative for a living that requires technology, like computers, phones, tablets, what have you. cameras, whatever. You know, you may have some issues there. Just make sure that all of your technology is in working order before the retrograde happens, okay? I'm giving you an ahead of time warning a few weeks before. Since the fifth house is also children, you know, be mindful of the possibility of miscommunications between you and your children. So just be careful with that. Another planet that's going retrograde this month, Capricorn, that's very, very super important to you is Pluto. Pluto is in your sign, in your first house of the self, of the body, and it's going retrograde at 17 degrees Capricorn. And this is happening on the 18th of the month. What this means for you is Pluto is transformation, right? Really deep transformation. It's a rebirth. Starting fresh after burning down something, you rebuild, destroy and rebuild. So this is talking about you. You may have had a lot of situations in your life in the last few years, actually since 2008, since Pluto moved into Capricorn, where you have to destroy and rebuild, destroy and rebuild. Now that Pluto is going backwards, some things may be coming back to you to look at again, to say, look at this right here, Capricorn. You never got rid of this toxic thing out of your life. Now's the chance to look at it again and finally get rid of it, because Pluto is like a plumber, right? He just wants to plunge the nasty, you know, from your life and just get rid of it once and for all. So some ugly things may come back, Capricorn, just being honest, but if they do, it's your chance to resolve them and really flush them out of your life. Sorry for the nasty pun. But this is in regards to anything in your life. It could be your life path. It could be a habit that you have with taking care of your body or lack of taking care of your body, because the first house rules the body. Okay, so some Capricorns may be going back to the gym again. All right, let's try this gym thing again. Let's try this diet again. Let's try this routine again. So just be mindful of that with Pluto going retrograde starting on the 18th. All right, let's talk about the moons really quickly. So every month there's a new moon and a full moon. The new moon brings brand new beginnings. The full moon brings things to a close or final decision. The new moon this month is on the 7th of April. It's at 17 degrees Aries in your fourth house in conjunction with Uranus. So a new beginning in regards to home and family. And with Uranus, it can be something unexpected. All right, I already listed the things that can happen, and the new moon just kind of adds to that energy of anything new happening, unexpectedly finding the home of your dreams, or unexpectedly having to move, or unexpectedly, you know, your partner comes and says, hey, guess what, I'm pregnant and we're starting a family. I mean, any of those things can happen with that new moon in conjunction with Uranus. The full moon happens in the sign of Scorpio, and this is on the 22nd of April. This is at 2 degrees Scorpio in your 11th house of friends and groups and like-minded people that you associate yourself with. All right, so a full moon there can bring things to a final decision. Do I want to belong to this top-notch society, or do I not? You know, or you may be accepted or may not if you've applied to be accepted in any type of group of people. Maybe you have a new friendship that develops, or maybe a friendship has to end with this full moon, because the 11th house does rule friendships of, you know, with like-minded people. All right, Capricorn, so to wrap up the month of April for you, your biggest emphasis is on the home and family, okay? Unexpected things can happen. Sudden insight into things can also happen. Moving, selling, buying a home, family issues, or good times with family, all are going to be a focus for you in the month of April. Major focus. Also, the fifth house is going to be a focus more towards the middle to the end of the month. Mercury is going retrograde there, so just be mindful of that and aware and prepared, all right? Secondary focus is the 11th house because of the full moon there on the 22nd. So friendships and groups, a final decision will be made. The 12th house is emphasized because of Mars and Saturn there, making it kind of difficult for you to take some actions, all right? But just remember that transits don't last forever. These ones may last a while, but not forever, and you can still work through them to get some things accomplished. All right, well, thank you so much, Capricorn. I hope this was insightful. I hope it was helpful. And please don't forget, if you would like a more personalized horoscope or any type of personalized reading, the information is below in the description box, and I would love to help you out. All right, well, thank you so much, guys. Have a great month of April. I will see you in the month of May. Love you guys. Mwah. Peace.